Everybody wants something, but do they really want it bad enough? I like to call that phase of life, that period where you question everything, the awakening. All life is ownership of where you are right now, this second, because at the end of the day, nobody is coming to save you. Now, there's two types of people in this period. If you're going through this period right now, there's two types of people that come out of it. The person who does nothing and is in the exact same position 40 years from now. But there's also a second type of individual when it comes to the awakening period. The person who says, you know what? I'm just going to take life by the fucking balls. If you're Irish and you're feeling lost, this YouTube video is for you. This is coming from a guy who worked at McDonald's from 16 to 19. I was making at most 1,200 euros a month. Didn't go into apprenticeship, but I did go into college. Went to learn how to be a social worker, and after 1 year I realized, hey, this isn't for me. I had to make that choice for myself. I had to make that step for myself. Like most people who don't like the college course go through the full 4 years of college. And we have to realize is, if you want something, that's not enough. Everybody wants something, but do they really want it bad enough? And so see this as a sign where it's typically just you versus you. This game of life is a game for a reason. You either play or you're on the sidelines. Now I say all this in lieu because some of you guys who might be watching this might be having that realization, that awakening, as I like to call it, where you start realizing, hey, when life starts rolling over and over and over and over again, this isn't what life is just meant to be. That feeling where secondary school is over, there's no more just fun at the back of the classroom, you're working 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. Or better yet, you're in college Monday to Friday, you're working Friday, Saturday, Sunday, trying to make ends meet, to pay for your accommodation, to be able to afford maybe a couple of drinks. And when you have those couple of drinks, isn't it just really to, escape reality for a little bit? Now it's okay to admit that. It's fully okay to admit that you're just drinking to escape reality. I was there at one point. I was drinking nearly most weekends from like 18 to 20. And now I'm sober. And now I'm in sales. And now I live in Milan. And now I run companies. Took a company from 0 to 300k a month in 60 days. 90 days. And that can be you too. Why can't that be you? And the difference is, with that awakening period, when you're going round and round and round, you're coming home after work at 5 o'clock, some of you guys maybe midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. after the bar shift, and you're like, shit, do I go on TikTok? Do I go on Instagram Reels for a couple hours? How do I escape reality? Some of you guys might just straight up go on a video game, go on PlayStation, go on Xbox, escape reality for a couple hours, get on with the boys. Better yet, for some of you guys, maybe you're going to play Gaelic, soccer, basketball. Maybe you're trying to escape for a couple hours in football. When you go back to work and you realize, is this really life? Is this really what it's worked up to be? Me working this job for the next 40 years? I like to call that phase of life, that period where you question everything, the awakening. Now there's two types of people in this period. If you're going through this period right now, there's two types of people that come out of it. The person who does nothing and is in the exact same position 40 years from now, 45, 50 years from now, they're 70, they probably don't even have enough money to retire. They're probably still working. And they've done the same thing over and over again for the last 40 years. But there's also a second type of individual when it comes to the awakening period. The person who says, you know what? I'm just going to take life by the fucking balls and say that every position that I've been in this life has been completely my fault. How can you create as much ownership in your life as possible? Because that's all life is. All life is ownership of where you are right now, this second. Because where you are right now, this second, is a direct reflection of every single decision that you've made up until that point. Now, some of them have been good, some of them are bad, some of them have taken you back, some of them have pushed you forward. But ultimately, you're watching this video and you're thinking, fuck, do I do something? Or do I stay in the same position for the next year? Because it's nearly 2025 now. My question for people like you is, what's worse? Being in the exact same position come 12 months from now and you've done absolutely nothing? Or at least now in this moment, you decided, I'm going to try. I'm going to try. Since when in this life has it become ridiculous to try? Because at least in 12 months, in, let's say, arguably a worse position, you don't even know what you could have been capable of. You don't know. But what if you do try? What if you decide, now I'm going to try. Now I'm going to try something different. What could life look like in 12 months? Maybe even if you're not as pushed forward or as grown financially, if you're eating better, you're working out more often, you're getting stronger, you're getting more mentally fit, mentally capable, you're able to travel a little bit, you're making a little bit extra money, isn't that a much better scenario than in 12 months you're in the same position, if not worse? But at least when you try now, you know that at least you did give it a go. At least I didn't shy out of it like most cowards do. Sometimes you have to look in the mirror and say, am I a coward? Am I scared of success? Because that's really where most procrastination comes from, in my opinion. It's that fear of success, that fear of becoming something, that fear of responsibility. I'm managing my own business, I have employees, taxes, I have clients, I have results I have to get for clients. All these expectations. But would you rather have the responsibility and the expectations, or none at all? And then by the age of 70, you're looking over at your deathbed and you're thinking to yourself, fuck, I don't even know what that could have felt like. I don't even know what life could have looked like, right? And this, unfortunately, is what a lot of Irish people reach out to me for and tell me. They say, hey, Warren, life has just kind of been going round and round. How can I get out of it? And my response, typically, because of my own experience, sales was an outlet for me. Learning how to make money online, remotely, from anywhere. For me, it was Spain. I wanted to get to Spain. I wanted to get to warm weather. I went to Alicante. I wanted to get, to see some Latinas. And all I saw was old ladies, because it's technically like a retirement place. Right? I didn't know it at the time, but you learn in realization. But the point is, making money online, is that what you want to do? What does that allow you to do? Is that aligning with what you want? Because we all know that most Irish people just want to travel. That's why most people go to Canada, they go to Australia. But they're moving over there to do another job, another 9 to 5. They're not facing the fact that, hey, if you don't learn a new skill, you're probably going to do the same thing, but just in a warmer climate. And if that's okay for you, no worries. But if you want something different than that, you have to try. You have to expand your mind. You have to think, hey, I no longer am accepting the status quo that has been set out for me from my previous generations with my parents, the expectations. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to change. And it's not in the human nature to change, by the way. It's not very often that our brain likes the idea of change. That's why most people in 9 to 5s don't change, because it's just about bearable. You're just about getting by. You're just about affording rent. You're just about being able to do what you want with that 2 weeks off of the year. But if you know you're destined for more, what I would say is I would get into sales. Now, if you enjoyed this video, I would say please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm trying to get the channel to 1,000 subs, and the only way I can do that is by providing content like this. Hopefully, if you like it, you'll stick around. And from there, as I always end my YouTube videos, stay blessed, always stay true to yourself, and create your own reality. I'll chat to y'all soon.